Hi friends, I hope you are doing well. In today's class, we will learn how to create spiral stairs, the render of which you can see on the screen. I will be making these stairs using very simple and beginner friendly steps. So without wasting any time, let's jump into today's tutorial. First of all, I will select the default cube, go into edit mode, select the top face, press P to separate it, and then delete the remaining object. After that, I will move the separated object down by 1 meter on the z-axis to place it at the origin. After that, I will move it 1 meter along the x-axis and scale it down along the y-axis. Then I will select these two vertices and scale them down further. Next, I will select the face and extrude it. Finally, I will select all the edges and press Ctrl plus B to bevel them. Then I will right click and choose Shade Smooth. Go into edit mode and press Ctrl plus R to add an edge loop here. I will select these edges and move them along the x-axis. Then press Ctrl plus B to bevel them. Using the mouse scroll, I can increase or decrease the number of edges in the bevel. Then I will go to the modifiers tab and add a subdivision surface modifier to the object. Next, I will press Shift plus A to create an empty object. After that, I will select the stair object and add an array modifier to it. In the settings, I will uncheck the relative offset option and enable object offset instead. Then in the object field, I will select the empty object. But for now, I will undo or delete the array modifier, and before that I will set the origin of the stair object to the 3D cursor to make sure the array works properly. And now I will add the array modifier again. From here I can increase the count value as needed. You might not notice any difference yet, but as soon as I select the empty object and rotate it around the z-axis and then move it upward along the z-axis, you will start to see the effect of the array modifier. According to my needs, I will move the empty object upward to set the desired distance between the stairs, and then I will also move it along the y-axis as required. Based on how many steps I want, I will adjust the count value accordingly. And according to my needs, I will set the position and rotation of the empty object. I think the current rotation and height looks fine. You can adjust the count value, rotation or position as per your preference. Now to create the railing, I will press Shift plus A, go to the curves and add a Bezier curve. Then I will go into edit mode, select one point and move it to the end of the stairs, and select the second point and move it to the starting point of the stairs. After that, I will select both points individually and use rotate, scale and move tools to get the desired shape. I am fast forwarding the video here because this step mostly involves adjusting the curve shape through moving, scaling and rotating. Then from the side view, I will select this point and move it upward. Again, I will adjust the shape using move, rotate and scale. After adjustment, I will go to the object mode and move the curve upward on the z-axis. To make the curve a bit smoother, I will add a subdivision surface modifier. After that, I will go to the curve settings. Then under the geometry tab, I will increase the depth value. This will give the curve some thickness and turn into a proper railing. And to close the holes, I will enable the fill caps option. Now I will move the 3D cursor to this spot and add a cylinder mesh. Then I will scale it down, go into X-ray mode, select these vertices and move them down on the Z-axis. I will place a cylinder in the desired location, then right click and apply shade smooth. After that, I will go into edit mode, press Ctrl plus R to add an edge loop and Ctrl plus B to bevel the edge loop. Now I will first select the cylinder, then the stair object and press Ctrl plus J to join them. You will notice that the cylinder now appears on every stair because we have joined it with the stair object. You might have noticed that on some stairs the cylinders are showing above through the railing. To fix this, I will adjust the curve further so that the railing hides those cylinders properly. Now I will go into edit mode, select the cylinder mesh, then duplicate it and move it along the x-axis. After that, I will scale it down and place it at this location. If you want to add a railing on the other side as well, then duplicate the cylinder mesh and place it on that side. Also, duplicate the curve object, move it and place it accordingly. After that, go into edit mode and adjust the curve points by moving, scaling and rotating them according to the shape of stairs. I will fast forward the video here a bit since these are the same steps being repeated. After adjusting the curve, we will move on to the materials. I will go into edit mode, select this part of the mesh, then go to the material settings, create a new material, rename it and assign it to the selected part. Then I will open the shader editor, select the principal BSDF shader and press Ctrl plus Shift plus T. Since I have already enabled the Node Wrangler add-on from the add-ons menu, as soon as I press Ctrl plus Shift plus T, Blender will ask me for the texture path. I will add the path to the textures here and select the diffuse map, roughness, metalness and normal map, then click here to load them in. So the textures will be applied and I think the texture mapping looks fine as well. I will also rename this second material and in the shader editor, I will reduce the roughness value and set the metallic value to full, which will give a shiny metal material. I will assign this to the railing. I will also select these parts and assign them the metal material too. I don't like this much shine on marble. I will go into the shader editor and disable the roughness map, then manually input the required value. So this is how you can create spiral stairs and render them later. The render I made from this design is visible on the screen. I hope you have definitely learned something from today's class. If so, make sure to like the video. We will meet again in the next class. Until then, goodbye.